Hello everyone, I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. I'm here for Real Housewives of Potomac Season 3, Episode 20, the reunion part 2. So, I'm just going to say this right now. We're not going to go into Carrie and her breaking down because we discussed that last week. But I will say, Giselle, I would have liked to see more of this side of you than how you was acting this whole time. You being part of the Green Eye Trio, Mean Girls crew was, we didn't like it. I like to see, I know this show, you can't just be goody all the time because they don't want you on the show. I would appreciate a good little shade, a little bit messier, but you was just being downright mean this season. But the fact that you put all that aside and you went there to comfort Karen when she needed somebody because she was just breaking down about what all she been going through, I appreciate that. I hope to see more of that and not you being part of the Green Eyed Mean Girl Trio. So we have a question from the audience. Why does Karen get a pass and Monique don't? Well, my thing, what makes Karen and Monique's situation different because they both bought Kendall on the show. Well, Karen, she had Kendall at an event. She known Kendall longer, and she let Giselle know, hey, Kendall's going to be at this event, so you'll know ahead of time, and you won't be surprised. But Giselle says that Monique started with trying to get Kendall on the show 3 weeks before they started filming. Like, she had already had in her head, okay, this is what I'm going to do so I can mess with Giselle. Charisse says, well, even though I wanted Kendall on the show, I have been trying to do that since season 1 and season 2, and I had I couldn't do it. They just didn't want her on the show. So yeah, I did kind of like put it out there that it'd be good. I'm not really friends with Giselle right now. It'd be good to bring Kendall on the show to start some mess. But I had no part in her getting. I had nothing to do with her getting on the show. They going on and on, but Giselle's like, you intentionally brought this woman on the show so you can ruffle my feathers. She's like, look here, I don't need to break anybody on on this show to ruffle your feathers. I could do that by just waking up and breathing. I was like, well, okay then. They asked her, do you feel bad about putting Sherman's business out there for the world to know? And she's like, yeah, I felt bad. But Giselle's like, okay, did you feel bad the first, second, or third time you did it? Because after you felt bad about it the first time, you did it 2 more times. You didn't start feeling bad till Twitter came for you. And people, they will shame you on Twitter. That's why I try my best. Especially when I'm writing. I know this ain't got nothing to do with the show, but I am very paranoid that I'm going to write something in the comment and it be wrong, and then I'll be part of a meme somewhere. I just get paranoid like that, because I know I can't be the only one that I'm like writing a sentence, but I got to make sure the words spell right, to make sure it's the right phrase that I'm using, going and back and checking, because I just do not want to I'm scrolling through somewhere and I done seen a comment that I done wrote and I done misspelled something or had the wrong, y'all know what I'm talking about, but because Twitter will come for you. Then we had to ask, so Charisse, your friendship with Monique. She was like, well, I was just questioning the way that she was making certain moves. Monique says she is always, Charisse is the kind of person, okay, you have this trainer, okay, my trainer, he's a lot better. He works you, get you real sore and get you together real fast. Okay, you have this nutritionist, my nutritionist is so much better. Like, every time you say you have somebody, okay, you should use this person, my person is better. So it wasn't like I was trying to use her for her contacts. She was throwing them at me. And this whole bit about, you trying to take my friend. So, like, if you would introduce me to your friend and I see them somewhere else, am I just supposed to walk by like we ain't never met? I can't say hi, you remember me from such and such, such and such, so we can't be friends. That's the whole issue I had with this show with these girls. It's like, you was trying to take over my friends. Then these two get to arguing about whether it's a massage therapist or a masseuse. I'm like, what? But they both good. I was like, okay. So, Chris, how do you feel about Candace saying that she lowered her standards to be with you? Seeing as how you got 3 kids, and she never wanted to be with somebody with kids. But Candace was like, that was selfish and immature of me to say that. I said, yeah. And he still hadn't talked to his older son. He sent letters and everything else, and we know it's a good chance that the boy's mama didn't watch this show. So hopefully with her watching the show, she would try to encourage her son to be a part of Chris's life, which I think that should have happened years and years and years ago. Now the boy is 15 years old, and you done lost, 10 years of his life that you ain't been there, but now all of a sudden you want to be back in his life again. It's gonna be hard, but I wish you the best. So y'all, I was highly annoyed with Ray, and I'm always not Ray. I was highly annoyed with Michael, and I'm always annoyed with Ashley because she just be in everybody's business. Like, she can't help it. Like, you so focused on what's going on at everybody else's house, you ain't dealing with the issues you got at your house. He's talking about Michael talking about. I'm just gonna say this, Michael. You can easily end up on the IRS money as well. It ain't just like Ray was out here just. Here's how anybody get in a situation. Say Ray bought a business and they did not disclose that they had tax issues. Once Ray bought that business, those tax issues became his issues. The little person, they just sold the business. That's no longer a business. So they have those tax issues. That's how it could happen. And like, they all up in their business about like, or you have that house in Potomac that you own, but you renting this house over here. But I was like, how about this? I own that house over there, and I'm renting it out, making money so I can pay. Even if I'm not renting it out, if I want to rent a house up the street, that's my business. If you're not paying my bills, but how about Michael and Ashley? They worry about paying their bills and her mama's bills. That's all I got to say about that. But he was all up in their business, talking about something with the IRS. You have to sign this and send that off. I never do this after. I'm like, why are you so pressed about where they lived at in Great Falls or Potomac? But he's like, I do not like that comment. Here's my passport right here. You can see that I was not in England at that time. I'm like, you came with your receipts too, didn't you? Alright. So they all concerned. Like, Ashley used to so concerned about what she got going on. When like Michael was like 3 steps to kicking you to the curb at this point. And now, in Ashley's mind, we gotta bring up Mr. Blue Eyes. So in Ashley's mind, since Karen was at the bar and her driver was at the bar, that means they was doing something. But Monique was like, Karen was over talking to Michael and Chris. I was talking to Mr. Blue Eyes the whole time. Nothing went on. Well, why wasn't he in the car? Why was he in the park? Because he came inside. Well, my friends, they have drivers and the drivers stay in the car. Well, maybe y'all don't have that your friends and the driver don't have that relationship. Maybe Karen was like, it's going to be a while. You want to come and get you a glass of water. Let me introduce you to my friends. Something like that. But Ray did say, he was kind of suspicious of them back in the day, like some years ago, like 15 years ago. But after he did his investigation and all that stuff, he realized there wasn't nothing going on with them. So, Ashley and Michael, they gonna try to make another baby. Apparently, she got pregnant, lost a baby 2 weeks into the pregnancy, but they gonna try to go for it again. And he said that it was never that he did want to have, kids with Ashley, where their relationship was going. I was like, you basically said that I don't want you to be a terrible mama to my kids, or your mom was a terrible mama to you. I remember that because I talked about it, and I'm pretty sure some other people talked about it too. But anyways, her mama's boyfriend, he finally got a job after 15 years of not working. He was finally embarrassed enough to people was talking about him like a dog, like, how dare you, how you let this grown 50-something-year-old man having another man pay for you, your girlfriend, and your child's life. I was like, it took 15 years for him to be embarrassed. This whole time when he was living off his money, he wasn't embarrassed. Ashley's mama, she felt kind of embarrassed the way she was looking too. I was like, yes, because you had your daughter and your daughter's husband foot the bill for your life, your daughter's life, and your boyfriend's life, who refused to work. And you refused to get rid of him and stay where you could have stayed at. You wanted to keep the man. You wanted to keep the man and the money, but they was like, you can't have it both. You want the man, you gotta get on your own. Simple as that. So, that was just, if I left anything out, I mean, oh yeah, Giselle said that, Charmaine had been trying to, get back at her good graces, or that they were talking But somebody made the comment that they're kind of like homegirl from like season 1, who was always so like wanting that man to marry her. Like something about her always seemed odd to me. She was like pressuring that man, but Giselle was like, look here, if I get married or don't, I'm happy. Karen don't think she want to get married, but she was like, I like the freedom of just being me and not have to go and talk to anybody about what I got going on and what I'm doing. So, hey, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or video response. So, like I always, I thank my subscribers and the people watching my video. Like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady C signing off. Have a good one.